What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with a quick roundup of the currently known changes coming to Destiny 2 as part of the update in December. Since Season 15 of the game is an extended one as we wait for Witch Queen, Bungie are essentially giving us a Season 15.5 update in the form of the Bungie 30th anniversary event. And so we'll talk a little bit about that, but in this video we're going to focus on the changes that Bungie are going to be making to the game, and that's across weapons, abilities, playlist options, and fixes for a few different bugs. Of course, once the December update rolls around, we will get a full breakdown with the patch notes. But in the meantime, if you're curious as to what to expect, we're going to break down everything we currently know inside of the video. So be sure to give us any thoughts you may have down in the comment section, and if you do enjoy this one, also get subscribed to the channel so I can keep you posted on the world of Destiny. But getting into it, of course we should mention that Bungie are releasing a 30th anniversary content pack. And so in December, we're going to see a new dungeon in the Cosmodrome. Alongside that, we'll also get an exotic quest for the returning Galahorn from Destiny 1. And then additionally, there will be a new 6-player activity with iconic weapons from Bungie's past. And they say much more will feature inside of the actual content drop. And I did make a video with a full breakdown of everything we know about that content specifically, so if you want to check that out, it's linked down below. And also in that period of time, we are going to get the Dawning Winter event for Destiny 2, as well as Moments of Triumph. And so it will really be kind of a miniature season in itself. And of course, Moments of Triumph is the sort of annual triumph book for the game. And in previous years, they've focused on the key challenges for the given year, right? So things like the completion of Beyond Light's campaign, obtaining certain exotic quest weapons, the completion of raids like Deepstone Crypt and Vault of Glass, trials, and much more. And typically, unlocking these triumphs will reward various cosmetic items in the game like emblems or even titles as we've seen in previous years. And then there are additional Bungie rewards as well. On top of all of this, Forsaken will be going free to play for a limited time, so if you're currently a new light player or joined after Forsaken and never made the purchase of Forsaken, the campaign will be available for all players to check out until February 22nd when it's vaulted. And all of this will begin on December the 7th. But moving on to the gameplay changes, let's talk about some of the buffs that we're going to see. And one of the exotic buffs will be for the Fighting Lion. Of course, they did adjust the weapon a little while back, but Bungie said it's become clear through hands-on and feedback as well as back-end data that the full nerf they introduced for the weapon isn't needed. And so in the 30th anniversary pack, they're removing the multi-hit requirement for the reload speed buff. And they're also increasing the buff that we'll get for the reload stat. And so they say reload will still be slow if you miss shots, but if you land any damage, Fighting Lion will reload faster than it did before the nerf. So it'll be cool to check that one out. DMG also indicated that players should hold on to weapons with Adrenaline Junkie. And of course, at the moment, it's not a particularly popular perk, but he says the team does have some good news coming soon. And since we don't expect currently to see any updates before December, it seems that that is another change that will drop on the December 7th patch. Another change in this category, which isn't strictly an exotic buff, but DMG has also confirmed that Arbalest will get anti-barrier in the December patch 2 as that currently doesn't apply to the weapon. But also in terms of buffs, Bungie have indicated that there will be some changes to the Whisper of the Worm exotic sniper rifle. And of course with White Nail, rapidly landing 3 precision hits will refill the magazine. And at the moment it doesn't look like we're going to see a significant change to the mechanics of the weapon, so quite possibly that will be a straight up damage buff. And additionally, while we don't have details, they have said that the team has been able to squeeze in a little time for other bits of exotic weapon tuning. And so we can hope for a few more changes that'll be revealed a little closer to the update. Next though, Bungie have outlined nerfs that'll be coming to particular weapons. And first up, Vex Mythoclast is one that's going to be changed. DMG said the team is looking at toning down the Mytho in the December patch, but the goal isn't to nerf it into the ground. And they say we're going to be seeing some aim assist tuning on Vex Mythoclast, which will help keep the weapon viable in PvE while addressing some PvP concerns. And so we'll have to see what that's like, but for the moment, they say we shouldn't expect it to be nerfed significantly. And of course, in terms of PvE damage, it might actually not change whatsoever. Another confirmed change though will be a pass on the Dune Marcher's Chain Lightning perk. Currently that one is pretty strong, can proc with some pretty weird timing and in some strange instances, but also at some pretty silly range. And then finally, in terms of confirmed nerfs, one of the first ones that we heard about is the change to Shatter Dive for Hunters. So Kevin Yanis from Bungie did say that Shatter Dive has been nerfed and it will debut in the 30th anniversary patch, alongside a slew of other abilities focused on shifting the meta more toward gunplay. And so not only are we going to see changes to Shatter Dive, but quite possibly to other stasis subclasses and abilities in general. And so on top of the fact that we know of a handful of changes to exotics, there will be a few others that have yet to be revealed, and the same can be said for ability tuning, of which we are going to see at least a handful of adjustments. And so as always, folks will have different opinions and feedback on those specific adjustments, but we are going to get more specifics on exactly how they'll change soon. So give us any thoughts you may have on those. But next, there'll also be a series of other fixes for bugs. And so initially, DMG confirmed that we're going to see a fix for extreme muzzle flash on a few different weapons. And you may have noticed that certain weapons in the game have a bug at the moment where the muzzle flash is taking up a significant amount of screen space and is pretty obnoxious. So that's going to be fixed in December. On top of this, there is an issue where certain enemies and enemy weapons seem to be dealing more damage than intended at higher frame rates. So DMG confirmed that Cabal slug launchers will be fixed in the December patch, and they're also looking into other issues where frame rate is being tied to taking higher damage. And then they have plans to fix overlays that pop up in the middle of Crucible games, so Valor overflowing notifications, and even bugged Trials of the Nine notifications that can pop up in the middle of matches. And the final bug fix that we know of at the moment that's been allowing players to produce ridiculous numbers of orbs and gain supers very quickly. And we should add that using some of those glitches at the moment will actually force rutabaga errors, but as of the December patch, it should no longer be an issue. Outside of nerfs, buffs, and bug fixes, a playlist change to note would be for Grandmaster Nightfalls. And they say the following changes are coming in an update currently planned for December. And so the Grandmaster catch-up node will become available at the same time as Grandmaster difficulty is available, as long as you have the Conqueror title but have not yet gilded it in the season. So that change won't actually affect things in December as far as I know, but will mean that in future seasons, the catch-up node will launch at the same time as Grandmaster Nightfalls. On top of this, each Grandmaster Nightfall will be available if the fireteam leader has not completed the gilding triumph for that strike during the season. And that means we'll be able to play each featured strike for a season to earn the gilded title, and once we've got the gilded title, the catch-up node will no longer be available. And so it essentially means for that title, the players won't have to wait for the entire rotation, but will technically be able to grind out all of the things that they need by use of the catch-up node. So that'll definitely be a useful one in the future. And for the moment, guys, that is everything that Bungie has broken down regarding the 30th anniversary changes. In the couple of weeks before that patch drops, we're probably going to get more information, so be sure to look out for patch note specifics in December. And we can also expect to get a lot more information about the 30th anniversary event itself, possibly some trailers, gameplay previews, and things like that if we're lucky. So be sure to get subscribed here on the channel and turn on notifications if you're new around here, so I can keep you posted with Destiny news as soon as it drops. But otherwise for today, I hope the video has been useful. I appreciate some of you guys will have heard about these changes already, but since a lot of these previews tend to be scattered, hopefully it's a useful update for folks who aren't in the loop or just want that recap. And so if you have enjoyed it, a rating down below really does help us out, guys. Let us know what you're looking forward to in the 30th anniversary pack, or any of the changes that you have thoughts on. But otherwise, I very much appreciate you tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.